close to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots. Fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets us forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
8 yards on
you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Play action. It's Herbert. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
59 mark, 59 mark, check, 59. Man, I got you.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Being chased out left. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run with Taylor. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. Open man, here's Foster. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run in the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
3-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one caught by Isabella.
You don't like this!
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Andy Isabella, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
DJ Chark.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And the Jaguar first down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Nothing.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And 11 at the Patriots 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run. This is Cohen. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Herbert on 3rd down now. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
To Tariq Cohen.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Short of the goal line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? They'll run forward to Cohen, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
First down, a run with Cohen. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he'll let this one go. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Cohen. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll try to counter here. Cohen. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The kick by Bass is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Patriots. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now this will make it into the end zone.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the...
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Patriots.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
We'll see how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Come on, QB, come on. Check.
Again, it's Taylor. He finds an opening past the 40. Accelerating, and off he goes. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
Taylor.
It's a big play there for the Patriots. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step one on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check, 59.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Patriots 31, Jaguars 6. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown.
That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up. 60. Let's go.
Herbert off of play action. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And to give this time to the tailback. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brown on the stop.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll let it go deep for Foster. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jagz Patz. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
53's the mic. 53's the mic.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Taylor, the ball.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Check. 53's mic. Check. 53's mic.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll move the chains.
First down, Jacksonville.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Mike's 50. So we got man. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
That's the reason we bad for them. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And a yard at the Jaguars' 12-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Mike. Hey. 53 for Mike. 19 tight.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Patriots 45. Jaguars.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
John Hightower on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On second down, here's Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
This will make it into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are pouring it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he powers his way up past the 30.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On third down, a run with Cohen. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time, as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down now, it's Taylor, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front have made a lot of space. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
To the 49.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
Today's final score, Patriots.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Pats, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile,